Hi everyone, my name is Angela Kim. My hometown is São Paulo in Brazil, but I went to high school here in Southern California. I graduated from UCLA in 2016. My current job title is SCG Program and Data Manager, and I work for the City of Los Angeles in the Office of the Mayor. I'm currently located in LA. So my current job title is SCG Program and Data Manager, and I work in the City of Los Angeles Office of the Mayor. And since graduating from UCLA in 2016, I've had a few jobs. So I'll go quickly over my career path. But right after undergrad, I went to grad school in Canada, and I got a master's in environmental science. And from there, I did a one-year local government fellowship. It's called Civic Spark, where I worked in county planning in Ventura County for a year. And then I did a data and statistics internship at UN Environment in Nairobi, Kenya for 6 months. And then I got to my current job, and I've been here for about a little over a year. Because my field has changed a lot in the last few years and the last few jobs I've had, but throughout all this, I think I would call my field as using data for change, if you can call that a field. And the most important skills, I think, is the ability to learn and apply new skills into your job, and being adaptable and having the confidence to say that you can do things. I think it's really important, as well as curiosity, and bringing that into work. And then working in local government, communication is, I'd say, the most important skill to have, being able to translate the work that you're doing so that people can understand, because in my current work, people are so specific into their fields that you need to be able to translate with people that don't have your background. And then UCLA activities that have helped me the most, I did a CalPERG internship for a year. That was really helpful, and then alternative breaks was really helpful too, in designing your own volunteer project site and leading a group of students to solve a problem in your community. I think it's a really useful experience to have. And then in terms of resources, the Career Center is a great place to just hang out, just having a space where you can go to and do some self-discovery in your career and learn about funding opportunities and grad school opportunities and job opportunities, and just connecting with the resources that UCLA makes available. So go hang out in the Career Center as much as you can. The options and opportunities and possibilities are endless, right? Poli-sci is such a broad major that you can study that and then go to grad school and specify in something else. So I was a poli-sci major, but my grad school is in environmental science. I have colleagues who then went on to get law degrees and public policy or planning degrees, and we all work together now. So the exact major, especially in poli-sci, is not as important as the work products that you can produce with it. So in poli-sci, a lot of people end up going to law school, so that's an option. But public policy, social work are all coming from the same undergrad majors. Yeah, I love this question. As a lot of people know, I think local governments are stripped of funding because of COVID for the next few years, and that's true in the United States throughout the country, but also in most local and municipal governments around the world. So that's going to be a definite challenge that local governments will have to, learn to live with in the foreseeable future. But one way that COVID has, had a positive impact in my industry and my field is that cities are becoming more connected and stepping up to the plate to create global connections, right? So I work in the Mayor's Office of International Affairs, and we create relationships with cities around the world to learn how they're, responding to COVID, but also how they're dealing with climate change and planning issues, housing issues, and it's becoming this really cool interconnected world through cities. So I think the importance of cities and local government is just going to continue to grow, and COVID has shown that cities that are connected are more resilient. So it's a really exciting space to be in, and whether you're interested in international diplomacy or local government work, I think cities have a lot to do in solving global challenges locally. in climate change, planning, housing, resilience. Yeah, so I think it was due to COVID that we've experienced this, but I think it's a larger trend that cities are entering this global space a lot more. Yeah, what I wish I had known most is that there's different ways to make change, right? Whether that be at the local level, the national level, or the global level. I think a lot of people who study poli-sci go into it because they want to enact change in the world, right? But that can be done within government and within these large systems, that shape our everyday lives, or it can be done outside of systems, right? Through civil society organizations, nonprofits, community groups. So I wish I'd known that there's different spaces that you can go into to create this change, but always, no matter where you are, there's going to be organizational politics involved, right? Whether you work strictly in politics or not, you're going to have to know how to navigate relationships at the interpersonal level, but also at the organizational level. Like, what are the organizations that my organization is working with? I think that's super important. And, I didn't learn that until a few years into working. And I think if I'd known that sooner, I would have adapted a little easier to, working in the space of people wanting to create change. And then one last thing is that one thing I wish I known is that you can't hide behind your technical specialty and behind your technical lane. You will have to work with others, right? Whether you're a data scientist or a policy specialist or a community advocate, you have to build these lines of trust. So I think it's super important. Maybe not specific to my field, but definitely something I wish I'd known before I came into it. And then just want to say good luck to all of you students and soon-to-be graduates. I'm super excited about the possibilities ahead of you. The workspace is super exciting, and you're going to learn things that go into fields that you can't even imagine right now. So good luck, and